Hey guys, this is John from Legacy Woodworking Machinery, and today we're going to be working on a handle for a gaff. Now, a gaff is actually a fishing piece of equipment that's used to pull big fish out of the water and into your boat. And one of my good clients, Doug Meyer, sent me this and said, hey, I'm having a little bit of trouble with this. Could you give me a hand? So let's go ahead and get to work. Now, the blank we've already set up as 1.5 by 8 inches long. And what we need to do first is scale this thing up to 1.5 inches. And you'll notice that right here where it says it's 1.5 inches in the long diameter. So let's go ahead and just kind of scale our picture up a little bit. We're just going to stretch it out till it's there. We'll stretch it up. Yeah, notice we're getting a little closer. We're just going to get this down till it's about 1.5 inches. And that should help us build our ripples so that they're actually comfortable in the hand. What I don't want is it to be, a little bit too small and then just not be a very comfortable fit. So as we're building this thing, we're just going to kind of scale this up. Now once it's scaled to size, and I'm thinking that's going to be close enough right there, then we're going to go ahead and we will start drawing our little shapes here. So first things first, we're just going to draw a straight line. We're going to go from the top, or the crown here. We're going to go straight across until what would be the crown right there. So here we go there. Okay. Then go to our node mode, and by hitting the B button or right clicking, we're going to go B for a Bezier, and then we're going to insert a midpoint, and I'm going to grab this blue dot or the midpoint. We're going to bring this straight down. Just use our arrow keys just to bring it kind of down into here. Now when we're about where we want to be, the next step is going to be to bring this curvature down a little tighter. So I'm going to grab this little handle on the right, and I'm just going to bump it over to the right a little bit. I'm going to count. There was 5 there. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to bump to the left. We're going to go 5 again. And what that should do for us, it should give us a nice even shape that looks about perfect. Now we're going to take this one. Let's mirror it to the right, and let's just take a look at what we've got. Now we can turn off our picture. We're going to say there is my rippling. Okay, so that's the first thing we need to do. Now we need to go ahead and make it as long as it needs to be. So let's turn our picture back on. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Let's turn that back off. There's 2. So we're just going to count over 6 more. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is our 8. We're going to select them all, and we'll use our join tool. That's this guy right here. And we're going to join them all together. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is on the front of that handle, we're going to measure from the front out to the end, and we're going to draw a line. So let's grab this, snap right there at the beginning, and we're just going to draw a straight line out right there to the end. Okay, turning off our picture again, we're going to take these two and we're going to join those together. All right, so now we have one side of our 2-rail sweep. Now what we notice right away is that we need to make this a little bit longer than the 8 inches I did. So let's turn this into a 10-inch long piece. There we go. Pretty quick, pretty easy to do, not a big deal. We're going to grab our drawing now, and let's go mirror and then do a flip vertical. That'll place a mirrored image on the bottom. So now we have the shape of our handle. Let's move our picture up out of the way where we can see this. All right, here we go. Okay, so here's our handle, here's our drawing. The next thing is the shape, and we notice here that it's 1.5 by 1.2. So we're going to go ahead and draw an ellipse, okay? And we're going to make our X 1.5 and our Y 1.2. And click on close. Now here is our ellipse. This is the shape of our handle, and this is at its highest point up here. Down here, it's going to get smaller. So what we need to do with our ellipse now is we're going to select it, copy it, paste it. I like to keep an original of everything, then go to node mode, and we're going to hit D on the bottom here to delete off the bottom half of our ellipse. Okay. So here's our original, and there's our half. The next step is to select both of these drive rails. This is the shape of the tool we're going to be building. We're going to click on our 2-rail sweep button, click on Use Selection, and we have these 2 drive rails. We'll notice the arrows are going the same direction, so that's perfect. We want that. Okay. And now we have these different boxes over here. Now what was happening when I got the drawing sent to me was, it was looking something like this. But when we apply this across here, we get this nice rippling here, but across the top, no rippling. And with it not rippling on the top, it wasn't going to be the handle that he wanted to make. And so what we did is by checking the scale cross section with width. Now this means that as the width gets smaller, the Z goes down as well. When you hit apply, this time we get exactly what he wanted. A nice bead all the way around. Okay. The final step of building the gaff is to actually bring it in and turn it into a turned project. So we're going to select our shape. We're going to go and export this. Okay, and we're going to close with an inverted front. And when we triangulate that, now we have the entire gaff handle. Okay, you'll notice now how we have it over here. We're going to be 1.2 by 1.5, and all these ripples are going down inwards. So we're going to save our triangulation. Okay, we call this the gaff handle. And we're going to call this ready for turning. Okay, now with the part ready to turn, we're going to go ahead and open up another version of Aspire. We're going to click on Create, and we know that our length is going to be 10 inches, and we know that our diameter is going to be 1.5. So we're 10 here and 1.5 here. Now to set this up ready for your Maverick CNC machine, we need our Z0 in the cylinder axis and our XY datum at the very beginning. Our orientation is along the X, and we do flip the design in case you're writing on it, which maybe you do, maybe you don't. Okay, here's our part here. Let's go ahead and import our piece. And here it is imported. She looks beautiful. And let's go ahead and say import. Here she is. If we lay her out flat, she's going to look kind of different. Looks a little bit like that. And when we go ahead and tell it to show us in the rotary, it's going to look just like this. This is now ready to be machined. And you can do this however you want to. If you're going to use the lacing technique, there's a great video we done in the past with a Queen Anne leg where you can see that happen. The lacing technique was developed by Milo Scott, one of our phenomenal customers out of Colorado Springs. If you're going to do this regular carving, then you're going to select this and you can say machine just inside of the vectors, and you're going to build vectors around this piece. If you have any questions about this piece, about any other Aspire questions, I'd love to hear your feedback. You can of course leave those down in the comment below, or you can click the link in the description and that will send you right to our workshop page where you can fill out your questions. Then I will then go ahead and answer them in videos similar to this one. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy the spring. We'll see you in the next one.